Relational databases are the foundational infrastructure of modern civilization, but at their core, they are inherently passive, vulnerable storage drives. Left to its own devices, a passive database is completely blind. It will accept any data thrown at it, even if that data is totally illogical or deeply corrupted. Imagine an e-commerce order intake system running without protection. The system rapidly fractures, receiving blank customer IDs, duplicated user emails, and fresh orders for inventory that does not exist. This is the classic rule of computer science: garbage in, garbage out. A database filled with corrupt data provides zero value to the business trying to use it. You cannot rely on humans to always input perfect data. To survive, database architects build automated gatekeepers directly into the system architecture. These strict, programmable gatekeepers are called SQL constraints. A database is only as valuable as the invisible, unyielding rules actively defending it from human error. The first line of defense consists of column-level constraints. These are designed to intercept and fix missing or empty data points before they ever hit the storage drive. The not null constraint explicitly blocks any attempt to submit an empty field. It demands a value. If a value isn't provided, the default constraint acts as a safety net, automatically injecting a preset value to keep the record intact. But sometimes data isn't missing. Sometimes it exists, but it's logically invalid. The check constraint handles this by evaluating a specific mathematical or logical condition before allowing an entry to pass. Say you have a platform restricted to users 21 and over. If a user attempts to input an age of 15, the system acts immediately. The insert operation fails on the spot. Because 15 falls outside the allowed range of the check condition, it is entirely rejected. Column constraints transform a passive ledger into an active filtration system, guaranteeing every single piece of data is logically sound. Moving beyond individual columns, table-level constraints govern how entire rows of data relate to one another. The unique constraint, for example, prevents exact duplicate records. This is what stops two different users from registering the exact same email address. Then we have the primary key. This is a unique identifier, an unchangeable anchor point that permanently distinguishes one specific row from every other record in a table. When scaling up to multiple tables, the foreign key constraint serves as the structural bridge between them. This specific connection enforces referential integrity. It guarantees that an order cannot be created for a customer ID that does not exist in the primary table. Looking at this documentation on SQL constraints, you can see that these architectural rules are strictly enforced, but they aren't permanent. Engineers can use the alter table command to drop or disable these constraints as the system evolves. Table-level constraints create a load-bearing ecosystem, preventing interconnected datasets from collapsing into chaotic, orphaned records. These active defenses create a self-regulating vault, one that continuously purges logic errors before they can take root in the system. This cumulative layering of rules is what produces data integrity, the assurance that information remains accurate and consistent throughout its entire life cycle. This structural perfection pays off directly for the data analysts who later run complex queries, like inner and full outer joins, to extract insights. They can trust their queries implicitly. They never have to worry about chasing ghost data or matching corrupt records, because the constraints already filtered the noise. Resilient systems rely on these unyielding rules to protect the truth of the data from the moment of its very first entry.